In this video, I want to talk about disappointment. More specific, disappointment in life, disappointment in where we stand in life. My name is Patricia, I'm a certified life coach, and if you're new to my channel, then have a look into the description so you can actually get notified as soon as I publish any new content. And with this said, let's get into the topic. Now, first of all, let me share some of a bit of my story. And when I was about 20, I realized that I was working in an environment that wasn't really supporting where I wanted to go, but I also had no clue on where to go. So I was so disappointed because everything I learned when I was a child, well, most of that needed cash. Okay, I had no idea how to really deal with my emotions. I knew how to make myself happy with cash, buying something that made me happy eventually. I knew how that worked, but because I took on a job that wasn't really supporting that way, I had to deal with it differently. I had to learn how to be myself without that much cash, without using that to somehow compensate how I felt about myself. And I had to learn how to be with myself without that. Now, I wasn't completely without money. I wasn't living on the street or something like that. But how I grew up and how I moved out of my parents' house was just so different to everything I was used to. So I had to relearn, and it started with being disappointed because I was at a place where I didn't want to be. I was at the place where I felt alone, somehow trapped. I was angry. I was frustrated too. I tried to understand, why am I here? Like, really, next 60 years and doing this? You see, I didn't know how to move further. And I believe that there are many people who are disappointed at how they live their life, how they um, dealt with single situations, maybe even with their partner, with their, with relationships in general. I want to tell you that you always have the choice. You have the choice to change. Now, you need a why to make a real impact. You need a why you want to change. See, if I'm changing for someone else, then I'm expecting something in return. If I don't do or better myself to feel better for myself, I will always be in a losing game. Now, I tried this many times with getting approvals from outside, getting validation. Somehow even that didn't really work because I never really received any of that. And I was even more disappointed. I tried to do stuff that made me shine, but that was what I learned. That was what I felt I need to do, because this is how you do it, right? This is how you have to live. This is how your life needs to look. I realized none of this is going to make me happy. And if I'm not even getting the approval I was seeking for, what am I doing this for? Why am I doing this for? You see? I then started to shift, learn more about myself. And this is something I can really share with you here right now, because I learned that learning about yourself is something that will return so much to you, because you learn how you behave in certain ways. You understand why you get angry. You understand why you are frustrated. You understand why you are happy. Okay, this goes in both directions. It's about why are you happy? Why are you sad? It's not only about those low feelings, and you need to know why you feel a certain way and when, and what is the trigger that you feel like that. And I saw that I was mainly disappointed because I was following some kind of guidelines that didn't exist for me. That wasn't really, it didn't have any worth, let's put it that way. So every single time I would accomplish something, it wasn't a yay. It was rather a it wasn't that hard. I remember I got quite a few people telling me, "Hey, you're doing such an amazing job. Thank you so much." And for me, it was like, I couldn't really take it. It was not, for me, that was an accomplishment that was really something I felt proud of. And I think that as soon as you find your way, why you can be proud of yourself, what really makes you happy, for that you need to learn more about yourself. For that you need to learn what is it that makes you really happy. See, disappointment mostly comes from, in my case, because I was doing things that I thought make me happy, because that's how I grew up, that's how I believed I will receive happiness. So I was running after money, for example, very, very long. I tried to get something out of it. Didn't really help. I had the cash and, you see, didn't do anything. So I was constantly waiting for this, right? Like from inside that comes, and it didn't. Because I was following not my intuition, I was following something else that is surrounded by others. I was looking of what others are doing. Do I need to do the same to be happy? You see, but no one can tell you what really makes you happy. You have to go inwards and understand, what is it in life that I really want to accomplish? That can be super simple, such as, I want to have every single day 5 minutes for myself. I want to do yoga, or I want to do this or that. Being with myself. What really made me happy is understanding, who am I? And this disappointment somehow disappeared. It disappeared because I'm watching after myself. I don't expect others to do that for me. I learned to develop myself on another way that basically wasn't really approved from outside at all. It wasn't approved from my closest circle. It wasn't approved from anyone. But you know what? It was approved by me. It was approved to do that. It was approved to look after myself, because I'm the one who lives it. I'm the one who does her best in the life I want. I want to live the life the way I feel is right for me. And as soon as I started to do that, I learned that so many people will actually even say, "Wow, this is amazing. Like, really, how do you do it?" And I'm just like, I'm just trying to be the best version I can. I'm just trying to do the best I can. Sometimes I fail, you see? And allowing yourself to fail. Yeah, and it didn't work. So what? Really? So what? You have to do an exam again. And what's the point, right? Why do you want to blame yourself for not being able to go through that in one go? So what? Maybe it wasn't even the thing you should really have done, you know? But I think having a goal from this disappointment kind of mindset, where you're like, I don't have anything more to lose because I already lost myself. That's how I felt. I already lost myself. I could as well just try to find myself again in a new way, right? If I find myself in a new way, if I find myself in a loving way, maybe things will change. And since I didn't have anything to lose, I felt I had nothing to lose anymore. I could as well try. So here is what I suggest. Take a paper and write down what you really want to do. How do you want to feel about yourself, about the people you're around? In what environment do you want to be? What is it that you really want to experience in this life? What is it that makes you truly happy and shine? And if you feel like, I don't know what makes me happy, like, it's kind of hard. I've been there too, and many of my clients have been there. So instead of not doing anything and waiting until this drops on your head and you're like, I don't know, like, is it the one, like, woo? Why don't you try out a few things and see in which direction it goes? Don't make it heavy on you, make it lighter, okay? Allow yourself to do a fail in between. You learn way more when you fail and when you allow yourself to fail than when you're constantly on this risk. Let's not do this, let's not do that, risky, you know? Meanwhile, I'm not saying risk everything you have, okay? So let's be clear here. Understand where you want to go. Write that down and then do step by step, little by little. Acknowledge your steps, the little as they are, the 5 minutes per day only, the 10 minutes per day only. Acknowledge that, because the more you acknowledge, the more you see how you do for yourself, the more you feel this balance, the more you feel this kind of happiness inside of you, instead of looking outside and trying to get something in that on the end, yes, you can maybe have it. Is it really gonna make you happy? I don't know. So we are on the end of this video. Comment below. I want to know from you, what is it that you really want to learn about yourself? What is it that will truly make you happy? Drop a message below. And with this said, bye.